Hello and welcome to the Spa Francochamps circuit here in the middle of the Ardane forest in Belgium. The longest track that we go to in the season, and it is a proper driver's circuit. Every driver loves this circuit. Not much so than Alex Young at the moment, who is currently on pole position for this race. Montoya is currently in second, De La Rosa third, Physical fourth. Seeing the first few drivers putting in lap times. Are we going to be banker times? Not going to see proper lap times just yet. Everyone's just feeling their way through the track, making sure that their cars set up nicely. Apart from Young has not improved in his lap time. It's 1 minute 58.1 second at the moment. Who's that that's just popped up? It is Button has just popped up. Max Akane's popped up into 6th. Panis is in 7th. Barrichello 8th. Schumacher 9th, Hill 10th, Weber 11th, Ralf Schumacher 12th, Frentzen 13th. And that was Bertie that's popped himself into 11th. And still 300ths the gap between the top two. So we've got 25 minutes left of the session. Young still has not got any improvements. Button is out. Verstappen's only just gone out for the first time and he's popped it into 6th already. Montoya has just improved his lap time. And Young has just improved his lap time as well. Young is now on pole with it. He's the first person to drop into the 157s. Is he going to stay there for the rest of the session? Montoya come back out. And he's improved, but not by enough. He's also into the 1 minute 57s, but it's going to be Alex Young on pole position. It's going to be Montoya 2nd, Fisichella 3rd, De La Rosa 4th, Button 5th. It's the top 5 in the championship, all in the top 5 positions. We'll talk about the championship more in a minute, because it's hotting up quite a lot as we get ready to transition into the race. Let's look at the rest of the field. There's the rest of the field. Heinz Frentzen in 16th, Coulthard 17th, Lazy 18th, Reichel 19th, Sato 20th. So we go live to the Sato's 8 seconds slower, may I add. We're live onto the track. Beautiful scenery. Eau Rouge, you just saw there, up into Radion. Down, looking past the Kemmel Straight, this is the corner with no name down towards Pouon. And the bus stop chicane. And now all the grid girls, ready to usher the 20 cars away off the grid. The penultimate round of the championship. Everything can be won and lost here, and away we go. Looks like McLaren has stalled. It's going to be Coulthard that has stalled. Young going. It's Fisichella that's put himself into 2nd place. Montoya is down into 3rd. And Button is going past De La Rosa as well. De La Rosa is the current championship leader on 88 points. Going down towards Eau Rouge and Radion. The left-hander, right-hander, up the hill, up Radion. Down towards the Kemmel Straight. De La Rosa is in 5th, Mazzacane 6th, Verstappen 7th, Panis 8th, Barrichello 9th, Hill 10th, Schumacher 11th, Frentzen 12th. What a fantastic start from Frentzen. Weber 13th, Ralf Schumacher 14th, Raikkonen 15th, Bertie 16th, Sato 17th, and Lazy 18th, and Alonso is in 19th. Coulthard is out already. Before we even started, he's not going to do the 18 laps of Spa. There he is in the pits. He is out of the race. He's stalled on the grid. Everyone avoided him very nicely. Sato's actually didn't get a good start, so it must have got a fantastic... Alonso must have been pushed out wide to allow them both to go through. But there is Young. He's already gotten at least a 1 second lead over Fisichella. Young, despite the fact it seems to be winning every single race so far, is not actually in the championship fight. He's 22 points behind with this, and one more race remaining at the Hockenheim. ring oval for the German Grand Prix. Montoya is in third. He is in the championship points. He is currently 2 points behind De La Rosa, who's currently leading. 4 drivers can win the championship: De La Rosa, Montoya, Fisichella and Button. At the moment, it's still going to be 4 drivers in the hunt for the championship because Button's in front of De La Rosa, so the gap will only be 9 points between them two. Mazzacane is in 6th in the BAR. Mazzacane is 14th in the championship. He's on 17 points. Verstappen is in 7th place. He's 8th. He's only really fighting with himself. Hill, he could pass. 9 points is the gap between him and Hill in 7th and 8th place. But it's going to take a minor miracle, as we are still on board with Verstappen, trying to look left, look right, trying to pass Mazzacane. Panis is in 8th in the BAR. 9th is Barrichello in the Ferrari. Ferrari have looked menacing, but have been nowhere these past couple of races, retiring in most of the previous races. Frentzen in 12th, and that is a lot of smoke coming from the back of that BAR of Panis. That's a lot of smoke. Surely he's going to be set to retirement. There's no way he can continue with smoke pouring out like that. So Panis is not going to improve on his 16th place position in the championship. There's loads of smoke pouring out. Barrichello's having to duck out to try and even see at Les Camps. And there's still, in fact, is it even Panis with the loads of smoke? Was it Barrichello? No, it is Panis. It looks like it's Barrichello, but it is Panis with the loads of smoke coming out. Surely he has to pull over. There's no way he can continue at the moment. Round the corner with no name. When is he going to pull over? It's spurting oil all over the track and all over Barrichello's face. Round Pouhon. And there it is. His engine has finally let go. At the middle of Pouhon, he manages to put it over to a safe-ish spot. No one's going to hit him. No, Panis is going to be your second retirement of the race so far. And we're on board with Alonso, who has just spun. He has just spun at Bruxelles. And Mazzacane, both BARs are out actually. Just Mazzacane is out. He's also blown the engine. He must have blown the engine on the way towards. It's not, that corner wasn't Bruxelles, by the way. Down towards Stavolo, that Mazzacane's engine's blown, and he becomes your third retirement. Both BARs are out, which gives an opportunity for Sauber to overtake BAR in the championship for 9th. The battle of last place between BAR and Sauber, 29-25 points respectively. Young is currently leading. He has a gap of 7.7 seconds over Fisichella. We've got Montoya in 3rd, Button 4th, De La Rosa 5th, Verstappen in 6th. And there's a big gap to Barrichello in 7th. 8th, Ulf Schumacher 9th, Frentzen 10th, Webber at 11th, Ralf Schumacher 12th, Raikkonen, then Bertie. It's quite a bit of a train happening. Bertie trying to overtake Raikkonen, going down towards Rouge. A lazy 16th, Alonso 17th. Alonso losing time, spinning at the chicane. They're all going down towards the chicane that I've forgotten the name of. Les Camps. Is Bertie going to make the overtake on Raikkonen? He's got the inside line. Has he still got the inside line? No, Raikkonen cuts him off as he gets to the third part of Les Camps. Now we're going down to Bruxelles. This is the Bruxelles corner off camber, so it's a very, very difficult corner without spurting wide. It's a very difficult corner to get right. One of the most a lot of people talk about Radion and Eau Rouge, but you try driving round Bruxelles, it's quite difficult. Pouhon round we are going now. That is Ralf Schumacher. Heinz-Harald Frentzen is in 10th. Michael Schumacher in front in 9th. It's the German 9-10. Hill currently leading the Germans. Now, Jordan can win the Constructors' Championship if they score one more point than Jaguar. But at the moment, they're not going to be scoring one. Well, no, they are going to score one more point than Jaguar. At the moment, Jordan are going to win the championship because, well, De La Rosa is under pressure from Verstappen at the moment as they go to La Source, but Verstappen can't overtake. Not close enough is Verstappen. But yeah, at the moment, Jordan is going to be winning the Constructors. I don't think Renault are still in it, but they need to score 5 more points than Jordan to stand any chance of taking it away from Jordan. Down towards Le Combe. Verstappen has the inside. De La Rosa now has the inside line. Round the third part of Le Combe. He's took the wrong line as Verstappen. He's not going to be anywhere near De La Rosa. No, he's just nowhere near. And it is, as you are, 5th De La Rosa, 6th Verstappen. Round the corner with no name. Down towards Pouhon. For the 4th time of 18. Still quite a long race here, even though it's only 18 laps. Still about 35 minutes, this race. Around the chicane. Gear 2, chicane, both of them. And then down towards Stavolo 1. The first part of Stavolo. And the second part of Stavolo. There's the sector line. And then down the long straight. This straight seems to go on for an eternity. Round Blanchimont now. Little bit of a lift. Down towards the bus stop chicane. These public roads these are. The bus stop chicane. Take lots of curb into that corner, and then the second part of the bus stop chicane towards the main straight. And that is a lap of Spa Francochamps on board with Jos Verstappen. Button is in 4th place as it goes round La Source. Gear 1 corner there for Button. Down the front straight, up Rouge and Radion. Down the Camel Straight. Fisichella is 2nd. You can't even see Young. He's off into distance. 16 seconds is the gap. There is Young. He's on a different part of the track altogether. He's going round Bruxelles and calling with no name as Alonso makes an overtake on Sato. Sato has now been relegated to the back unless Sato can overtake round La Source. And he actually... Can he? No. He tried, but he got a poor exit, and Alonso has kept that position, and that was the battle for 16th place over and done with. Oh, actually, no. Alonso's too far in front of Sato. Sato might try and outbrake the Spaniard. He had a little. He had a little go there. I reckon deep down he wanted to try it, but he just didn't have the bravery. And alas, it is, as you were, a lazy 15th. There's Raikkonen 14th place at the moment for the Sauber. 13th is Bertie. McLaren ready in the pits. It's going to be Verstappen because Coulthard is out. Bertie right behind Ralf Schumacher. Young still doing fastest laps in the lead. Round first part of Stavolo. And the second part of Stavolo, we're on board with Ralf Schumacher now in the arrows. A little bit low to where the arrows are used to. Obviously they're going to be working very hard on the Season 4 car. Lots of rule changes for Season 4 that's going to be happening. And as you are, as said, Verstappen is in the pits. Sure, he's going to be on a 2-stop strategy. There we are, 10-second pit stop. It's very slow getting away there is Verstappen. Where's he going to feed? He's going to feed out in quite the train here. In fact, he might not. He's going to feed out in front, in between Michael Schumacher and Frentzen. So he feeds off into 9th place, but he's going to be under pressure from Frentzen as he comes up Rouge and Radion down the Kemmel Straight. How much pressure is Frentzen going to put to Verstappen? 346, 347, 347 kilometers an hour, nearly breaking into the back of Verstappen, but nothing doing. The third part of Lecom, and looks like Verstappen's going to get into momentum, into the groove of things, and going to settle into 9th place at the moment on the 2-stop. I mean, he's now on the same strategy as all the guys that are around him now. So he had quite a decent lead. Obviously the pit lane is actually quite short compared to most tracks, because you cut out turn 1 pretty much. Through the chicane, Young with the fastest lap of the race. Bertie with the problem. There he is, he's parked up. That looks like on the exit of Pouhon. He's out of the race with a suspension collapsion. He becomes your 4th retirement. This guy should just retire. Start Alonso 15th at the moment in the Toyota, 14th Alesi, 13th Raikkonen. There's 12th placed man Ralf Schumacher. Losing time to these lot in front. Webber is in 11th. Frentzen boot front. Minardi ready in the pits. Believe it's going to be for Sato. Hopefully they just pull him into the garage, because he has no right of being in the circuit. It's a hill train here. Hill suited to this track with all the hills that are on this track. Schumacher Michael in 8th. Darien Hill in 7th. Barrichello 6th, and the Ferrari is in the middle of nowhere. De La Rosa's in 5th. He has not been able to challenge Button at all in this race. Bertie has made Jaguar's job a lot harder of trying to clinch some sort of championship. Fisichella is in 2nd. I do think that Jordan are currently winning the Constructors' Championship at the moment, but still a long way to go here in this race. Is still at least half distance. He's on board with Alex Young. He spent most of the season either winning or retiring, it seems, which is why he is 22 points behind De La Rosa and with no chance of the title. De La Rosa is an interesting figure as well, because it hasn't seemed like he's been winning much. He's won at least one race, I remember, but he's just not. He's not been up there yet. He's got a 2-point lead over this guy Montoya. In a moment, he will go into the German race, tied level on points with Montoya on 94. They'll both be on 94 points. Fisichella will be on 91. Button will be out of it, I believe. 94, 90. Button will be on 85. So he will be in it, but he'd have to have both De La Rosa and Montoya both retire from the race to even stand a chance of clinching the title, and then he'd have to then win the race. So I think Button would all be out of it, but never say never. We're on board with Frentzen. Yeah, I heard of Minardi getting ready in the pit. It's going to be for, I presume, Alex Young. There's Ralf Schumacher 12th. Raikkonen in 13th, and going down the Kemmel Straight. Alesi is going up Rouge, not scoring points by the looks of it, so will not Alonso. Sato going through the final part of the bus stop chicane. There's his teammate into the pits. He has a 29-second gap over the field. How quick is it? It looks like arrows are ready for a pit stop as well. We believe it's for Frentzen. Change of all 4 tyres. Fuel hose in the car. Fuel hose out the car. 9.2. He's not fueled till the end. He could have fueled to the end, but he's not fueled to the end. And away he goes. So you lose about 18 seconds for a pit stop round here, it looks like. There is Fisichella. And Montoya with a 1 minute 60 lap time. I don't think that's right. All of these doing around 2 minute lap times. Barrichello's in 6th. He's going to be doing over 2 minutes. Hill still got a train behind him. Hill, Schumacher, Verstappen is still there. Frentzen is there, but he's about to go into the pits. There he goes in the arrows. Now is he going to fuel for the 1 stop or the 2 stop? It's very flexible at the moment. Ralf Schumacher's just gone past. He might get out ahead of Raikkonen. Not too sure though. Change of all 4 tyres for the German arrows. And fuel going in, going in, going in, going in. He is fueling to the end. Frentzen's fueled to the end. Now is he going to get out ahead of Alesi and Alonso? Ooh, just ahead of Alesi and Alonso, but he's going to be under huge pressure from Alesi. It's going to be a three-way tussle here, going down the Camel Straight between Frentzen, Alonso, Alesi. Who is going to come out on top? Alonso's managed to overtake Alesi down the straight. Is he going to go and try and do one on Frentzen? It's 3 wide. Alonso actually goes down the inside of Frentzen and actually takes the position. But obviously Alonso and Alesi still have to pit. Frentzen's going to be very heavy. Alonso's already miles clear of Frentzen at the moment. Round Ruxelles down towards the corner with no name. And Frentzen slots into 14th. He has it all to do though if he's going to get anything out of this race. Round Pouin. Any way of Alesi overtaking? The answer is no. Sauber ready in the pits for one of their drivers. Frozen into Stavolo 2, up through the back straight. The arrow is very heavy, as you can see. It's forcing him down kph wise. That much so he has to go to gear 3 down round Blanchimont and up towards the bus stop. Alesi has a little go. Alesi has a go, but Alesi cannot overtake. He struggles to get traction out of that corner. Does Alesi, but Frentzen's still in front. Heavy braking towards La Source. Is Alesi going to overtake Frentzen? Yes. And that is 14th for the Frenchman. Alonso is in 12th place. Ralf Schumacher's in 11th. Raikkonen has pitted. That was the Sauber that was going into the pit. Raikkonen. Verstappen is in 9th. Michael Schumacher is in 8th. Damon Hill in 7th. And there's a huge gap to Barrichello in 6th. Barrichello can still overtake Frentzen in 9th. But there's a 9-point gap, so it's going to be pretty difficult for the Brazilian to try and overtake Frentzen. He can overtake his teammate though. On board with Montoya. Down towards Rouge and Radion. You can see how much the suspension works. How much it compresses as it goes up the hill. Down towards Le Combe. Heavy braking round the first part of the chicane, the second part, and then the third part's just in front. Looks like we're going to see a huge flurry of activity in the pit lane. as the camera in the pit lane shows the Renault guys and the Toyota guys both ready in the pits for their drivers. Even though the short pit lane, a lot of people opting for the one stop apart from Young and Verstappen. Round Pouon, Sato is going to get in the way. Actually, he's not going to get in the way for Fisichella. He might get in the way of Montoya. The answer is inevitably yes. Is he going to get in the way at Stavolo? Yes. He's already lost a second to Fisichella. He's so slow. 2 seconds he's lost now. There's Jordan ready in the pits as well. Jaguar ready in the pits as well. There's going to have a flurry of activity in the pit lane. 4 cars already in the pits. Montoya is still behind Sato. Is he going to finally do the overtake at the bus stop? Yes, he is. But Montoya has lost heaps of time. But for the top 5, all pitting. Ferrari's pitting as well. That's a thing for Barrichello. Look at the amount of guys in the pit lane. It's just manic in the pit lane. It's going to look like the M6 at the end of the day. McLaren ready in the pits. That's going to be for Verstappen. How much of these drivers are going to get held up? Fisichella's away. So he keeps hold of second. Montoya keeps hold of third. De La Rosa is still... No, Button is still in fourth. Sorry. De La Rosa is in fifth. They've all actually come out in the order they were in. Barrichello's also now in the pits. Verstappen's in the pits. Up and down Eau Rouge. And up Radion. Down the Camel Straight. There's Damon Hill in 6th. He has not pitted. His pit was filled by a bunch of yellow car. Michael Schumacher in 7th. He hasn't pitted. His pit crew was busy with the other red car. Webber is in 8th. He had no excuse not to pit, but he's going one extra lap longer. Barrichello is in 9th. Ralf Schumacher piling on the pressure on Barrichello in 10th place. There's Verstappen in 11th. Alonso's directly behind in 12th. I think Alonso's going to pit relatively soon. So will Lazy. Alonso's got a 15-second gap over French. French's struggling at the moment. He's gone board with Raikkonen. He locks up quite badly going into La Source. Young is going to go into the... No, that's not Young, that's Sato. I knew I'd make one mistake. There's both BARs out and there is Coulthard out as well. Young leads. That is Alex Young. Someone ready in the pits. I didn't quite catch who it was. I think it was Jordan. We're going to have the M25 now. With everyone getting ready in the pits again. We're looking through the order. Hill. We're going to see Hill, Schumacher, Webber, Ralf Schumacher all diving into the pits, all changing 4 tyres, and Toyota already in the pits. That's going to be for Alonso because Montoya has already pitted. Renault in the pit ready as well for a Lazy. All these will be out by the time a Lazy will go through. Ralf Schumacher's going down the pit lane. How many of these is going to hold up? And there goes Hill. 11.6. Anyone going to be in front? Michael Schumacher was ready to come out of the pits. Webber has jumped. Right, Michael Schumacher, I believe. Verstappen's going around that corner now. I think Verstappen's going to be ahead of Ralf Schumacher. I don't even know what Ralf Schumacher has just come out. It looks like he's in 10th. There he is. Lazy is being serviced. Ralf Schumacher is in 11th. Verstappen is in front. There's Frentzen. He's not in 12th. Alonso. impressive now is Young. Alonso has managed to come in and out in front of Frentzen. So it looks like Arrows at the moment are not going to be scoring any points. Young leads the Belgian Grand Prix. That's not Fisichella. That's a lazy. I got slightly excited hoping that Fisichella was going to be close, but he's nowhere near. Frentzen looks like he's trying to overtake Alonso. In front of the... Young has the perfect seat for this battle between Frentzen and Alonso. But we're into the final 5 laps. Frentzen has actually lost a little bit of time, especially to Young. Young's just catching up to Frentzen at the right rate of knots around the outside of Pouon. There we are. Now, what can Young do at Alonso? Not a huge amount. Oh, is he going down the inside? He's gone down the inside of Stavolo. That's how you'd overtake cars at Stavolo. Take notes, Montoya. You can't even get past the starter. Down Blanchimont towards the pit lane goes Young. Young's going into the pits for a splash and dash, pretty much. Into pit lane. Down to 80 kilometers an hour. Alex Young, the race leader, in the pits. Alonso goes past, Frentzen goes past into his box to be serviced. Who's that? Has just gone past the lazy, the fake Renault. The fuel hose goes off, away he goes, 8.5 seconds. There we are, down towards victory lane, shall we say. Up Rouge and Radion, fantastic camera angle that was. Fisichella still in second and Montoya still in third. This will mean that the championship goes to the final race. But the Drivers' Championship at least. The Constructors isn't at this current rate going to the final race. There's going to be a juicy fight though between second, third and fourth. Fortunately, Arrows are not going to be in a juicy battle. We would love the four-way battle between 4 different constructors, but it's going to be between Jaguar, Renault and Toyota for that second place spot. Jordan is going to win the Constructors' Championship as it currently stands. You can already hear them celebrating in Silverstone already. Sato is in 6th. Very tight corner, that's all. Hill is in 7th. Webber is currently in 8th. So that will lead Sauber to 1 point behind BAR. 9th is Michael Schumacher and 10th is Verstappen. So Arrows at the moment are going to be pointless. Lay along with BAR are going to be the only teams not to score points this race. It'll be the first time in a while that Arrows are pointless. Don't think they were pointless at all last season. Even Frenson's losing out to Alonso at the moment, which, given the positions that them two are in 2 or 3 races ago, is quite an embarrassment to the Arrows. Talking of embarrassments, and now we're on board with Montoya. Around the second part of the bus stop, we're coming on to the final 3 laps of the Belgian Grand Prix. Montoya round La Source down towards Rouge and Radion. As it stands, Montoya will be on 94 points, De La Rosa will be on 94 points, Fisichella will be on 91 points, Button will be on 86 points. He won't be on 86 points, he'll be on 85 points. So at the moment, them top 4 drivers will be in the mix for the Drivers' Championship. Young is already out of it in 5th. He'll go on to 76 points. So he'll be 18 points behind. Ralf Schumacher will stay on 58 points. Hill is currently in 7th, so he'll go on to 49 points, so he'll be in touching distance of Ralf Schumacher. Verstappen is in 9th, so he'll be on 38 points, so I don't think he'll actually be close enough to even challenge in front. Frentzen will stay on 31. Michael Schumacher will go up onto 26 points, because I think he's in 9th. Rubens Barrichello, who we're on board with now, is going to be in 5, so he'll be on 27 points. So he'll be 4 points behind Frentzen and in front of Michael Schumacher. Webber is currently in 8th, he'll go on to 23 points. And then the rest of the drivers below him are not scoring points. So that's easy enough to say. At the moment, Jordan winning the Constructors' Championship. Jaguar will be on 112 points. No, 110 points. Renault will go up onto 108 points. So the gap between them two will be 2 points. Toyota will go up onto 100 points. So there'll be 10-point gap between 2nd and 4th. Arrows are still on 89. So they won't be able to get 2nd. They can still get 3rd. Barely. Michael Schumacher there lapping the hopeless Sato. So is Verstappen, so that is now 9th, he's been lapped by. As Young makes mincemeat of Alonso again. Anyway, going down, Minardi will be on 76 points, so they can still overtake Arrows. But with the fact that Young is the only person scoring points, I highly doubt it. Ferrari will go up to 53 points. McLaren will be on 44. BAR will remain on 29 and Sauber will be on 28. And now if someone changes the position, damn you. But we're moving on to the final lap, so I highly doubt anyone's going to change position now as Young starts his final lap. He's currently in the Netherlands with the amount of leader he has got. He can pull over, have a quick cup of tea, and still win the race. Around the bus stop goes Fisichella and Montoya. So if Montoya is going to take the championship going into Germany, he's going to have to do a dive bomb on Fisichella. I don't think that's going to happen. Down towards La Source. 60 kilometre an hour. Down towards Eau Rouge. 43 seconds is the gap between Button and De La Rosa and Young. Button has 41 seconds to gain over Young if he's going to win the title in the next race. And I think the ultimate question remains as well, will Sato score a point in Germany? Because he's never going to score a point here. And we're on board with Alex Young as he goes round the chicane. He has not put a foot wrong at all in this race. Pole position. He has led every single lap. He's got the fastest lap of the race. Round the second part of Stavolo, now he's got a 20-second burst down this straight towards the bus stop. He's got absolutely nothing to worry about behind him. Round Blanchimont, down towards the bus stop chicane. It has been an absolute flawless drive for the Minardi team. And Alex Young goes down to the final corner and wins the Belgian, the Grand Prix at Spa. Fisichella is going to come home in second place in the Renault. And Montoya will finish in third. So as mentioned, I think Montoya takes the lead of the championship, but level on points with De La Rosa. Both on 94, and Fisichella will be on 91. He'll be 3 points back, Will Fisichella. And Button will be on 85 points. So he'll be 9 points behind De La Rosa and Montoya. There is Button finishing in 4th. And De La Rosa finishing in 5th place. And then there's a huge gap to Barrichello. Barrichello, respectable 6th place. Especially with the problems Ferrari have had in these past couple of races. Hill finishes in 7th. And he has Webber, Michael Schumacher and Verstappen for company. They're going to be your final point scorers of this race. We're back on board with Alex Young though, as he goes towards Parc Ferme. Obviously not exactly the most entertaining of races we have had, as we come to expect from Spa, but it's certainly been an interesting one in terms of the championship. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, well done to Jordan for winning the Constructors' Championship. They've made it 3 different constructor winners in 3 seasons. Jaguar won the first season, Arrow's second season, Jordan has won the 3rd season. Hopefully we'll see a 4th different winner next season. Maybe Minardi will sort their stuff out, especially with all the rule changes that are happening next season. But it is going to be Alex Young driving into his pit box to win the Spa race in Belgium, the Belgian Grand Prix as is better known. 36 seconds was the exact time of the race finish, so it's an average of 2 minutes per lap. 32 seconds was the gap in the end between Young and Fisichella. Montoya finishing in 3rd, Button 4th, De La Rosa 5th, Barrichello 6th, Phil 7th, Webber 8th, Schumacher 9th, and Verstappen finishes the race in 10th place. The only guy in the 2-stop, apart from Young, obviously. Then we have Ralf Schumacher 11th, Alonso 12th, Frentzen 13th, Alesi 14th, Raikkonen 15th, and Hopeless in 16th. Bertie, Panis, Mazzacane and Coulthard are the rest of the field. They all retired within the first 5 laps of each other. We'll have the rundown of the lap times as well as everyone done. So, with 1.5 minutes left, we should say thank you for watching the Belgian Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed the race, or just enjoyed listening to my fantastic voice, obviously. The last race is going to be at the Hockenheim Oval. The long layout, not the short layout, the long layout. It's going to be 20 something laps. I don't remember the exact amount of laps. It'll be at least an hour long race for me to commentate on. I hope everyone stays tuned for that, especially with the fact that we've got a drivers' championship to decide. It's going to be one hell of a race. We can expect loads of retirements as well. It's going to be a race of attrition, I reckon, in Germany. But we shall soon see next weekend. I have been your host, commentator. And as you see the final few drivers, I am elongating this finishing speech now. The final few drivers now, and we have finally been over. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.